Hello, welcome to week 12. Wow. Um, we are back in full swing. We have a lot going on this week. I hope you all had a wonderful weekend. For those of you who celebrate Easter, I hope you had a very happy Easter. But we are back at it. Okay, week 12. This week, you're going to complete the following tasks. Make sure you read chapter 9 in your textbook and review the slides for chapter 9. I've also included some slides on statistics and SPSS. I know we don't use SPSS in this class, but the information about stats is very important and valuable. So please do run through those slides. And then last week we covered quite a bit regarding statistics as well. There are a lot of interactives in chapter 8. If you haven't had a chance to go through those as well. We are getting into the real kind of meat of data analysis, and want to make sure that we understand that so that when it comes time to analyze your data from your projects, which will hopefully be going live as soon as next week, we want to have kind of a solid understanding of all of this and what our options are and what we can do with regards to data analysis. So please make sure that you are not skimming through these chapters. Please make sure you're going through them in depth, and also the PowerPoints, because it's a lot of information that can be overwhelming and easy to want to ignore, but it's really important information. So please make sure that you're going through those thoroughly. Review all supplemental interactives and videos and our documents for this week. I'm going to go back to that in just a minute. But one of the things I wanted to point out that has been available since the beginning of the semester as part of your textbook is presenting APA style reports. So this is under the course materials module. You'll find it there, but I've got a direct link here for you as well. Should be considered kind of like, your holy book with regards to how to write your paper and how to create your PowerPoint presentation. Or sorry, not your PowerPoint, your poster presentation, which you would use PowerPoint for. But this, document from your ebook is extremely valuable and what you really should be using as your guide when writing your paper. So, the sample paper begins on page 21 of the document. You can just click on the link. It'll take you to this page to open it up as a separate document. And then this is all about how you present your results, how you let people know the results of your study. So when writing your paper, and I know I've gone through this before, it has details about the abstract, introduction, etc. But when you're writing your paper, if you jump to page 21, this is where the sample paper starts. So this is your rubric, essentially. These are your guidelines for what should be included in your paper for each section. So as you're writing each section, make sure that you're making use of this. I want to make sure you're aware that this resource is here for you, particularly once you start your methods section. So we're going to start our method section this week. We don't have our results yet, so we're going to be making up data just for your rough draft, but pay attention to the structure, okay? So you need to include your design, your participants, materials, vignettes. This is talking about scenarios, right? So we have different scenarios that we're using in some of our studies. Explain those, describe those in detail. Describe your survey. What was your scale for your Likert scale questions? What numbers did it go through? What did the numbers represent? What were your dependent variables? And just basically everything from, start to finish of the study. Like, what did you do in this study, that's your method section. And then when it comes time to write results, again, lots of just perfect details here as to what it is you should be including. Same for your discussion. At the end, how to include tables, how to cite your sources, so much valuable information. So I just want to reiterate and remind you guys that this is a document that you should be making good use of, okay? Okay, so jumping back to our assignments page. So please make sure you reread that and have that available. You're also going to, I've got to update that number, sorry. You're also going to sign up for group meetings with me to discuss surveys. So lab 7 was submitting your survey questions. Those all should be submitted to me by the due date, and then we will be discussing those this week on Wednesday and Thursday. So just like before, this is your sign-up sheet. Sign up for one of these times that work for you and most of your group. If not everybody can make it, then that's fine. You can relay that info, but sign up as soon as possible, just like last time and the time before. First come, first serve. And then also please make sure you're emailing me after you sign up, so I have email confirmation as well. You're also going to be completing lab 8. So this is your lab, your second statistics lab on experimental design. This is due this Sunday coming up. Okay, so you want to jump on this. I would work on this before the methods section because the methods section is available right now, but it's not due until the following Sunday. Okay, so lab 8, we can take a look at the assignment page. There is a tutorial there, just like last time with our statistics lab, lab 5. So please make sure you're watching this. This is a long one, okay? But if you watch it, if you remember from last time, I basically walk you through the whole thing. So it takes a long time, but it's worth it, in my opinion. So watch the tutorial, and then make sure that you are working together on this as a group. Submit one for the entire group. And then I'm not really going to go over this because I go over this in the tutorial. So if you have any questions after watching this tutorial, reach out. Please don't ask questions that indicate you have not watched the tutorial. Okay, so that is lab 8. And then you're going to want to begin your method section. Remember, this is not due until the 18th, but it's a good idea to start getting ready for it and start focusing on it. We don't have any data, obviously, because we haven't collected data yet, but you can just make up data to include there. So this is a pretty detailed explanation of what your method section should look like. I'm not going to go into too much detail here because I think that if you read through this and you refer back to the document from your textbook, how to present, APA style results, you should be able to get this done. But please make sure that you are reading through these instructions and you are reading through that document before you contact me with any questions. Of course, if you still have questions, I'm here. You know I'm going to help you out. And then please make sure that when you submit this, include your title page, intro, and references. So every time you're submitting a new section, I want you to submit the whole paper, everything you've completed so far. So as if you're submitting everything. If you've made any edits to your intro based on my feedback, that's fine. I'm probably not going to go back to the intro and look for your edits. I'm probably just going to focus on your method section and give you the feedback there. But please do submit everything all together when you are submitting this. Okay, let's jump back. And then, last but not least, you guys have 2 inquisitive assignments due this Sunday. Okay. So this Sunday, your lab, and then lab 8, and then 2 inquisitive assignments due this Sunday. Following Sunday is going to be the method section, but keep in mind, we're going to have exam 2 next week. So you don't want to push this method section off too far because you want to be able to study for that exam as well. And then from here on out, really, it's pretty quick paced. Okay. So this is the point where you really have to make sure that you are staying on top of things because it's week 12. We were only an 18-week semester, so we've got just a couple weeks left before everything is due. My goal, my number one main goal is to get your surveys live at the very latest by Friday of next week. So not this Friday coming up, but the Friday after. But I'm going to try to do it sooner than that, to be honest, because the sooner we can collect data, the sooner we can start plugging in that information into our method section, getting the results written, and getting this done. So please make sure you're staying on top of things. I'm going to do my best to stay on top of things. I'm right there with you. I think this is kind of a little bit of a pep talk to myself as well, because this is where things start to get kind of hairy. So, okay. And then really quickly, I want to jump back. I don't know if this is going to work. Was I at modules before? I was. Yay. Okay, I want to jump back and just remind you of all these interactives that were in chapter 8 of last week. Please make sure you're going through these. These are so helpful in understanding statistics, which it's just an intimidating subject for a lot of people. So please make sure that you're using these resources. They're here and they're great and they really help you understand. And then the same thing for chapter 9 and these supplemental PowerPoints on statistics. Okay, I think that's pretty much it. So make sure that you are signing up. I would say do that right away. Sign up for meetings, and then I look forward to working with you this week again. It's always fun to get together in groups with you guys. All right, if you have any questions, reach out. Otherwise, I'll see you on Wednesday and Thursday. Take care.